All right, let's look at the homework 2.1, problem number 6. All right, so we have this rational function, f of x equals 1 over x minus 5, and we want the tangent line at 4, comma, negative 1. All right, so let's find an equation of the tangent line. All right. All right, so we already have a point, so I'm going to call this point x1, comma, y1. All right, so we need to find the slope. So slope can be found by simply taking a derivative and plugging the x value of the point. All right, so first we need to find the derivative. So let's go through the definition. And if you remember, definition of f prime is limit as h approaches 0, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So you have a limit of the difference quotient. All right, so let's do a function notation here. So what is the f of x plus h? All right, so all you have to do is take this formula. Every time we see x, we're going to put x plus h. All right, so let's do that. Right, so it's going to be 1 over, so we have a fraction, and 1 over, right? And we're going to put, we see x here, so we're going to put the x plus h. So x plus h in there, but we still have minus 5, so you have to do minus 5, right? So we got that. And then f of x is exactly this formula right here. So I'm going to just put exactly the same thing. Copy 1 over x minus 5. Right? So we got that. Right? That's just the definition. Right? Then next step would be I'm going to combine these two fractions on the numerator. Right? So we're gonna take care of the limit later. Right? And we're gonna take care of the h on the bottom. So first thing we should do is we should take the common denominator, which would be x plus h minus 5 times x plus 8, x minus 5. So common denominator is just a product between those two denominators, right? Then on the numerator, so we have to multiply 1 by x minus 5. So numerator, you would have x minus 5, right? Then it's a subtraction, so we want to subtract, right? Then we need to subtract x, so we multiply 1 by x plus h minus 5, so we're going to put that in there. So x plus h minus 5 in there. All right, so we have that. So the common denominator, between those two guys, we just multiply those denominators together, and we multiply 1 by x minus 5, and multiply this one by x plus h minus 5. So we get that. All right, so we can cancel. Let's see, there's an x here, so you have a minus x. So you can cancel those. So you cancel x here. All right, and then you can cancel this x right here. All right, cancel. We have that. All right, and also we have a negative 5 minus negative 5. So we can cancel those too. So it's going to be cancel 5 there. All right, and then, oops, sorry. We need to cancel this 5 right here. So cancel. All right, cancel there. All right. All right, and also you can see that what's left is negative h, and you are dividing by h. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel those as well. So I'm going to cancel h on the bottom and just the remaining h on top. So cancel those. You're going to get that. Right? Oop, actually, I did something wrong there. I have to cancel. Right? All right, so we do that. So you can see that actually I need to, so on top there's nothing left, so maybe I should write it this way. So I'm going to cancel 2.1, right? So this probably make a little bit more sense here, right? So we still have left one left because one h divided by h gives you 1, right? So you see that on the numerator, what's left is negative 1. Then you have this denominator. So we get something like this, right? So we got that. Now we can take the limit, right? So h actually goes to 0. So if you let h goes to 0, we're gonna get this. So we're gonna have right, h is going to 0. So you see that on the bottom you really have x minus 5 times x minus 5. Numerator is negative 1. Therefore, you're going to get negative 1 over quantity x minus 5 squared. All right? So once we found the formula for f prime, all you have to do to find the slope is plug in 4 into that formula, which will give us this. All right, so we just plug in 4 for x to get that. And if you compute that, this comes out to be just negative 1. All right, so we got negative 1. All right, so we have everything we need. So here, if you want to write the equation, right? So equation is going to be, so start with y, right? So we have y and minus y1. So y1 is negative 1, so we actually have to put plus 1, right? And then is equal to, slope is negative 1, and x minus x1. x1 is 4, so it's going to be negative quantity x minus 4, right? So to simplify that, I'm going to simply distribute negative sign to x and negative sign to negative 4. So you're going to get negative x plus 4, right? So we got that. All right, then if you want, we can isolate y by simply subtracting 1 from both sides. So we end up with y equals negative x. So 4 minus 1 would be 3, right? So equation of the tangent line is negative x plus 3, right? So let's type it in. All right, so equation is negative x plus 3, right? So let's go ahead and check the answer. All right, I came back and it looks like we got this one correctly. All right, so let's look for the correct picture. All right, so you have a negative x plus 3. Let's look for this picture. All right, so y-intercept is 3 and the slope is negative 1. All right, so first picture, all right, y-intercept is 3 and the slope is negative 1. So that looks like it. All right, how about the second picture here? If you look at the second picture, right? And here, this is completely wrong. You can see that this guy has a positive slope, so that can't be it. All right, if you look at the third picture, all right, so again, this has the positive slope, so this can't be it. All right, and here, this has a negative slope, but the y-intercept is negative 3 instead of positive 3. So there's actually only one reasonable picture, which would be this guy right here. Right, the first one. All right, this is probably the correct picture. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and it looks like, let's see, let's check. So it looks like we got the correct picture. The correct picture was the very first one here. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.